Welcome to today's lesson. My name's Arnel. Learning phrasal verbs is an extremely important part of improving your English. What's a phrasal verb? Well, in this lesson, I'll show you. By the end of this lesson, you will have learned 15 common phrasal verbs that I personally use most days. You know, practice makes perfect. So I have a test for you at the end of this lesson. Can you please let me know your score in the comments below? Did you get 15 correct out of 15? Maybe just 10 correct out of 15. Let me know. Let's start. It's too quiet in here. Let's turn on some music. I can't hear it. Turn up the music. That's too loud. Turn down the music. Forget it. Turn off the music. Turn on, turn off. Turn up, turn down. Those are phrasal verbs. I'll speak to you more about the grammar of phrasal verbs as we continue, but for now, let's do some more examples. We use turn on and turn off when something is powered by electricity, usually powered by electricity. Turn on the light. Turn off the light. I turn on my phone in the morning. I turn off my phone before bed. Common mistake. I open my phone. I open the TV. When you give power to something, you turn it on. We can use turn up and turn down when we're speaking about how much power you give. You can use a dial. The heating is on, but I'm still cold. Can you please turn up the heating? It's hot in here. Can you please turn down the heating? My screen is a bit dark. I'll turn up the brightness. Now it's too bright. I'll turn down the brightness. Let's get more specific. I have 4 sentences here. I chose turn on. You can see the phrasal verb turn on needs an object. In this lesson, if a phrasal verb needs an object, I'll underline it for you so it's really clear. How do you know when a phrasal verb needs an object? Well, this is something you need to memorize, but in this lesson, I'll underline the objects for you. Turn on is what we call a separable phrasal verb. Separable. Because you can separate it. You can separate the verb and the preposition. The object goes in the middle. In this case, the object is my phone. So why is the last sentence wrong? I turn on it. Why is that wrong? Well, if your object is a pronoun, and by pronoun I mean it, him, her, me, us, them. If your object is a pronoun, it must go in the middle. That's a rule. How do you know when a phrasal verb is separable? Well, again, that's something you need to memorize. In today's lesson, if a phrasal verb is separable, I'll let you know. I'll make it clear. Remember, earlier in this lesson, I said, learning phrasal verbs is an extremely important part of improving your English. That's right. I know many students are hungry for phrasal verbs, and they are an essential part of the English language. So I spent the last 9 months putting together a workbook of 170 phrasal verbs for you called your Phrasal Verb Journey. This little guy here is on every page to help guide you through this. Whenever I added a phrasal verb, I crossed it off my list. Cross off is number 137. Each phrasal verb comes with a grammar note, its verb forms, a definition, an image, example sentences, and a personal discussion question. I divided the phrasal verbs into 10 topics. At the end of each part, there's a review activity. Review activities include gap fills, multiple choice, and matching activities. Answers are included, of course. 170, that's a lot. On page 5, I give you 13 study tips to help make learning this vocabulary easier. My personal favorite is tip number 8. Print a page. Cut up the phrasal verbs. Cut up is number 161, by the way. And then stick them around your house in places you always look. If you love learning phrasal verbs, this workbook is for you. It is now available on my store, and I'll leave the link in the video description. This book includes 170 phrasal verbs, but my original list has over 500, so I'll be writing books 2, 3, and 4 over the next year. When I started this project, I had to work out the best way to present the information. I had to come up with a plan. Work out, come up with. Work out, definition, to find the answer to a problem. Come up with, to think of a new idea, plan, or solution. I know these look really similar, but let's do a few examples. My speakers weren't working. I thought there was a problem with my computer, but I worked it out. The speakers weren't turned on. I worked it out. I found the answer to the problem. Tomorrow, someone is coming to my house to do some electrical work. I won't have internet for 6 hours. I mean, I need internet to work. I'm still trying to work out what to do. And in this example here, you can see my object, what to do. Your object doesn't just have to be one word. Okay, I need to work out what to do. I could ask my best friend if I could work at her house. She won't be at home, so I won't bother her. I could go to the library. They have free internet. I have come up with 2 possibilities, 2 solutions. Remember, come up with means you think of an idea, you think of a plan, you think of something new. My husband and I don't want to go to Kevin and Trisha's party. We need to come up with an excuse. Excuse. An excuse is the reason you give for why you do or don't do something. Let's think of some common excuses people give when they don't want to do something. Or they can't. It doesn't have to be a lie. I'm sick. I have other plans. I'll be out of town. So my husband and I need to come up with an excuse. William wants to start his own marketing business. First, he needs to come up with a good business name. He came up with 5 names, but he decided on willpower strategies. Willpower strategies, that sounds kind of cool. But does willpower strategies already exist? Someone else might already have that name. He needs to check. He needs to look it up. Look up. Look up. Definition: to search and find information. How do you look up information? Well, you can use Google or another search engine like YouTube. You can use a dictionary. You can look on a website. Those are all different ways you can look up information. I'm going to Portugal next month. I should look up some fun things to do while I'm there. I looked up the restaurant's opening hours and they're closed on Mondays. If you're a higher level student, it's better to look up new vocabulary rather than use a translator. What was the last thing you looked up? What's going on? What's going on? Next one, go on. Definition, happen. What's going on means what is happening. You can see my connection doesn't seem so stable. Travis has a new job. He's looking for a new apartment and his wife is expecting. He has a lot going on in his life right now. He has a lot happening in his life. And expecting means pregnant. She's expecting, she is pregnant. A lot of you might know the story Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Well, there's this chocolate factory and it's very secretive. We can say nobody knows what goes on inside. Nobody knows what happens inside. There's a lot going on at work right now. In fact, I'm behind. I'm behind. If you say you are behind, this means you are late doing your work. So imagine this is you during a normal week. You do your work on time every day. But imagine you are sick for a few days. You'll be behind. You can see the work piled up on your desk. I'm behind on a lot of work. I need to catch up. I need to catch up. Definition, you do something faster so you are not behind. So how can people catch up on work? If they have a lot of work to do, how can they catch up? Well, they can work overtime, they can ask for help, or maybe they can literally work faster. My son was sick for 2 weeks. He didn't go to school. He missed a lot of learning. He needs to do extra work to catch up. I didn't sleep well for a couple of nights. I took a long nap on Friday to catch up on some sleep. You can see catch up itself doesn't need an object. For example, I can say, I need to catch up. You need to catch up. But if you want an object, you can add on. Catch up on some sleep. Catch up on his homework. So I'm behind. I need to catch up on my work. In order to do this, I put off a couple of meetings. Put off. I put off a couple of meetings. Definition. You postpone something. You delay something. You move it to another date or time. Look at this calendar. I had a meeting scheduled for the 7th, but I put it off. I put it off until the 21st. I moved it. I need to ask my parents for money, but I'm a little bit embarrassed to do this. I've been putting it off for weeks. I've been delaying it for weeks. We need to put off the family barbecue because of the rain. What are some common reasons people put things off? Well, maybe they're busy. Maybe they just don't want to do something. Like imagine you don't want to book your dental appointment. You just put it off. Maybe you don't have time or money. The weather. There are lots of reasons we put things off. Is there anything you're putting off doing? Okay, I have a lot going on. I have to catch up on a lot of work. I've put off a couple of meetings. Whew, I need some coffee. You have got to be kidding me. I've run out of coffee. I've run out of coffee. Run out of something. Definition, you have used everything. There is no more. We can see before and then after. We've run out of toilet paper. I hate running out of hot water when I'm showering. You know how it is. It's nice and warm and then it gets colder and colder because you're running out of hot water. My favorite bookstore closed down because it ran out of money. You know, when you use run out of something, there's a negative feeling because you have no more. Usually we're speaking about food, drinks, household items, time, money, or even more abstract things like, I'm running out of patience. So, I don't have any more coffee. I've run out of coffee. I'll pick up some coffee when I pick up my kids. I've used the same phrasal verb twice in one sentence. Pick up. Pick up. You go somewhere to collect something. Later, I'll pick up my kids from school. I'll also pick up some coffee from the store. Of course, I'll pick you up from the airport. I bought a new bike online, but they don't offer home delivery. So I have to drive to the bike shop and pick it up. I have to pick up my bike. What's the opposite of pick up? Drop off. Drop off. You take something somewhere and leave it there. I drop my kids off at 8:45 every morning. Of course, I'll drop you off at the airport. I don't want you to be late for your flight. My new bike is broken. I had to drop it off at the bike shop so they can repair it. And just so you know, all of these examples are shown with a car, but you don't need to drive somewhere to pick up and drop off. You could just walk or something else. Mini little note, this type of truck is called a pickup truck, a pickup. They own a pickup. I bought a pickup. So you can think about a pickup truck when you think about picking things up. You know, you can pick up a lot in a pickup truck. Okay, mini grammar point. We pick someone or something up from location, but we drop someone or something off at location. It's those little details, those little prepositions that can really help elevate your level. So I'm back from the store with my coffee along with a whole bunch of other groceries. I need to put everything away. Put away. Put away. You put things in their correct spot. Like my cans go in the cupboard. Frozen food goes in the freezer. You put things away. Where's the clean laundry? I put it away for you. Oh, thank you. We put away our Christmas decorations until next year. Well, it's almost time for the test. We have one more phrasal verb to look at. You know, after filming, I'm really looking forward to editing this video for you. Look forward to something. You are excited about something happening in the future. Think about it like this. Forward means moving in front. So you're kind of looking forward to something happening in the future. We can say look forward to plus verb ing or look forward to noun. I'm looking forward to editing this video for you. I'm looking forward to my vacation next month. I look forward to my cup of coffee every morning. Is there anything you're looking forward to? You know, at the end of an email, a polite email, you will often see this. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to our first lesson. It's a nice, polite way to end an email. You'll often see present continuous and present simple. I've seen in the emails I get, people either use present continuous or present simple. They're both fine. But many times the present simple, I look forward to, is considered a little bit more formal, but you can really choose either one. Wow, we've looked at 15 phrasal verbs in this lesson. All of these phrasal verbs are in my workbook, your Phrasal Verb Journey. So if you're thinking, wow, 170, that's a lot. Well, today you've already done 15. If you're interested in this workbook, the link to my store is in the video description. Your support really means the world to me, and I hope this can help you. Let's take a test. Test time! Complete each space with one of the verbs. I've helped you out a little bit. I've already included the preposition in the sentence. You need to add the verb. And the verb forms have already been changed. They're all in their correct tense. Pause the video to do this. Okay, here are the answers. How did you do? Please leave me your score in the comments below. I hope you learned something new today, and I'll see you next time.